Hello and welcome to a new update on my English channel about my Lego City project called Brick World. And today we are going back to the train tracks behind the station, and we are working especially at that location here. We are going to work at the lights, we are going to work at the tracks, and we are going to work at the platforms. So all of the stuff here is going to be all different at the end of today's update, and I hope and I think that you will enjoy today's update very much. And yeah, that's all for today. Now stay tuned if you want to see what's going to be new in today's update. Right at the beginning you can see that I have opened the platform here because I added the cable to under the table. That's where the USB port is going down, and that's the main energy or main electricity for that whole model. For today we are going to add one 50 centimeter long cable to the other platform to add light to that platform as well, because we only add one USB port per module, and that's a very big model because the model is 48 base plates, so it's 96 on 96 studs big, so it's a very big model. And at first I'm adding some more light to the platform. That means at that location where there is no roof above the platform there needs to be some more lighting. You can see it here. I have built two of these and have added all the connectors and all the cables to add that to the platform, and that's where it's going to be placed right now. It's that location. You can see here it's a 6 port, and we are going to add lights to the other side. So you can see it here. I've added those two new light sources. I also added the light to the roof on the left side, and I have added two new inhabitants to the city. So we have a lot above 500 inhabitants right now in the city, and that's a number that's growing in every update. So I think we are going to have 1000 at the end of the year. I'm very sure. But now I want to add or replace that ramp here. I want to add some steps. I think the steps look much more better as the ramp, and it's much more realistic. I also added these red fences here and also the stop signs, so nobody is allowed to go down from the platform down to the track area. And there's one worker down there working at whatever. And yeah, that's it. And now we are adding some more of these little 1x1 tiles to the tracks. I had not enough at the last update, so I'm adding them right now. It's very repetitive work and it's not very interesting, but in the speed build it looks very nice, I think. And yeah, it's a very important part because we want to have a very realistic track design, so we are adding these light bluish gray cable ports. It's I don't know if it's in other countries the same. In Germany, there are all the cables that are going to the signals or to other stuff are in these little cable canals. And I'm also adding these dark brown and these reddish brown platforms on the tracks, so the workers at the train station can go from one side on the other side of the tracks without having too much problems. That's something you can see very often on German train station tracks. I'm also adding now much more details between these two tracks. That means we're adding some more of these dark bluish gray and also some dark brown and dark green stuff, so it looks much more realistic, had more contours, and also looks much more nicer and not so yeah, that's it. I also can see that we have now added some stuff. A lot of bricks and plates have been added. Somewhat garbage is now in between the tracks, and it looks much more realistic in my opinion. But that's not all for today. That means we have to add some more stuff to today's update, especially in that area here. There's at the moment nothing, and we're also adding some more stuff here. As you can see here, we need some more stuff like we added to the other tracks, and that's one of my main goals for the first quarter of 2023, to finish that part of the train station. But something else, I got fan mail from Patrick. Patrick is one big supporter of my project. He sent me that package here, that little Lego package, because they are the otters. I don't know if otters is the right English word. These little animals, in Germany they call them otter, and I'm going to place them in my beach or my river area in one of the future updates. So thank you very much to Patrick. And as I said before, we are now adding some more stuff here on that area. First I built some of the underlaying parts of that last train track, and now we are adding the foundation here on that base plate. That means we are adding some or a lot of dark bluish gray stuff. We're also adding some plants and some dark brown and dark green stuff to make it look much more realistic like we did it on the other tracks. But here we have a much more bigger gap between the two tracks, because the platform is also here in that location, so that the gap is much more bigger. But we can also add here some more details. We are going to add a lot of plants. We are also adding that little path here, that you will see it later better, where the workers can walk between the train tracks or can go to the platform to steps up. And it's a lot of little stuff that has been added or is going to be added here on that update. I don't know how many parts I'm used today or I'm going to use today, but there are so many parts. But if you want, or I want it to be the most realistic version of a train station or train track in the whole of YouTube, and that's how it looks right now. I have added all that little stuff. Also replaced these little fences that were red before now with these old gray, and I think that looks much more better. And here you can see now these little paths between the plants where the train area workers, however you call them, can go between the train tracks or control platform, whatever they have to do to maintain the train tracks. You also see a very nice view from here now to the train station building. It's not finished yet because the roof is missing, but that's how it looks now in the dark, because we have added a lot of new lights to the area. It looks much more realistic in the dark, and I can say I'm going to add some more lights in future updates. We're also adding some signals in the future, but that's it for today. And I think we did a great progress today, because we added a lot of stuff that was needed to add here in that area. And yeah, that's it for today. I don't know what to say, but thank you very much. We did it. We got 1,000 subscribers here on the English channel. So I'm very thankful, and thank you very much. And future updates, we are going to add some more stuff here in the train area. We're also going to build at the train station. But that's a few for today, and bye!